There he is, Kenny K, baby.
What's up, dog?
Golly, I missed that face. What's up, man?
Man, love the jersey.
Deion Sanders. I saw it in the closet, and I was like, why not pull it out, man?
Cool.
How was camping?
Camping was good. A little rainy today, but we made it work.
Did you give Logan my message?
Wow. About going fishing.
Yeah, man.
How is there a hat going on my head?
All right, wait, Kenny. Let me give you the rundown on TikTok Live. All right. So essentially, what will happen is like people will send little gifts, right? So if you see something pop up, that's somebody giving you a gift that equates to like it's a real life gift. Like they actually amount to like dollar value. So anytime like something crazy comes up, that's people like giving you a gift like that. Yeah, like that. Isn't that hilarious? So, like, what's going on? It's so nice to meet you.
Hi.
Do you know who I am?
Who's that?
Matt.
I can't believe you know me.
You a fan? You're not a fan?
Not a fan? Hey, would you mind if I came up and visited y'all in Boston?
You want to come up and visit?
Maybe.
I don't know why she's acting shy. She loves getting in front of the camera.
Oh, come on. I understand. All right, hold on. Let me try to get Cedric in here real quick.
Kenny is a very happy guy. Thank you. Yes.
All right, Kenny. So I feel like here's first topic of conversation, at least for this moment right here. We've got a lot of people that want to see us doing some stuff.
Me, the old guy? Hold on, let's pausing. Yeah, we're just waiting for Matt. I think Matt's trying to get young Cedric in here. I don't know how to really do too much. Hey, this is Savannah, everybody. We just got home from camp. She's getting ready for bed.
No, I'm not.
You're not getting ready for bed?
Nope.
Yep, you are.
No, I'm not.
Kenny does not have a twin. That's not true. A lot of the stuff on the internet wasn't necessarily true. But
all right, I'm back.
no, you can't get Cedric in? Go ahead.
Ryan, we're having this is our first time with multiple people on TikTok.
So this is I'm on TikTok or am I on Instagram?
You're on TikTok right now.
See, look, I don't know this stuff. I don't know. I've been trying to get some young people to help me with it.
You know what's funny is like different lives have different like vibes and audiences. So there's some people who, you know, maybe you're pro more Matt and Kenny on TikTok and Instagram as opposed to other places. But I will say that I love the TikTok community. They're absolutely incredible. And we've got like, every time I go live, they're like dropping hashtags. We've got a strong little community of people here. So it's been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, definitely seems on my end too that I'm getting more love on TikTok than on Instagram, especially with the followers. I'm getting close to 10,000 now, which is kind of for an old guy like me, you know, with not abs. Like you got abs, you got good hair, you know, you're a good looking guy. Me, I'm old, I'm bald. Oh, I thought we almost had something there for a second.
What happened?
It clicked on. Cedric did click on for a second, and then it clicked right off. Cedric, get your shit together.
What is going on here? Oh, hold on. Come on.
Oh, come on, baby.
Cedric?
Come on.
This whole time, and I've been
Oh, come on. It's
Are you
working.
here?
There we go.
We out here.
Oh,
What are you talking about? Turn that ring light on, bro.
You feel me?
Let's go.
I'm watching this episode right now, and I feel bad because I was like kind of dogging Quinn, and then he started to, oh, thank you for the little hat and the roses. And I was like dogging Quinn, and he's fucking crying for me, dog.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Like that made me upset. Kenny, you watched tonight, right?
I got the end of it. Yeah, we just got in, so I kind of caught a little bit back and forth.
Y'all, it made me really upset watching Quinn because he put out that quote. He was like, "In life, like I always lose and everybody else always wins," and this is just another example of that. And I was like, "Bro, I'm sorry." Like, I felt so bad, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen the episode, right? I think you guys got it an hour before I did. So mine just aired. So I was watching the start, and it just made me, but listen, I don't know. Okay, so this is going to sound cocky, but I don't mean it in a cocky way. My family cried when you left. I'm sorry, they left. I'm sorry they cried. This is gonna sound cocky, but I don't mean it in a cocky way. I tried to show T-Core and Chemo that if they didn't keep me, they were gonna be on the outside of the house with the whole entire Pentagon, and they weren't gaining an alliance in Tucker because he has 4 other alliances that don't include them. So I was trying to express that to T-Core and Chemo, and they just told me like, no, you're out.
No, like literally as I watched tonight's episode, I'm thinking the whole time, it is actually beyond me that they voted out Cedric. Absolutely beyond me. Like, I can't understand. I don't really know what they were thinking. Like, I feel like the vibe is kind of like they want, like when like a competitor, athletic guy, charming guy, whatever, gets on the block, they're just like, let's just take him out because he's a threat. But bro, I've been saying this. I just said it on Tyler Crispin's podcast. Like, the people that are a threat are the people that are in the middle and are going to be moving and talking and being super strategic, right? Because I'm thinking to myself, like, I mean, imagine if like any 3 of us were there. Tucker's won how many comps back to back, right?
He's got 7 comp wins now.
If we were there, how much would that change the dynamic, bro?
Bro, and then it's like, bro has 7 comp wins. I have 1.
Right.
He has the resume to win the game already if he started. You decided to side with him in hopes that you're not at the bottom of an alliance that you're already at the bottom of. Because him and Rabina are close, and then Rabina and whoever else is close. So T-Core and Kimo are at the bottom of a lower number alliance when they could have been at the bottom of the 8 on taking all the way. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But y'all are all awesome. I love all y'all too. I see your comments. If I'm not engaging in them, it's just because I'm engaging in the conversation with Kenny and Matt. But I love all my fans. Thank you so much. But I don't know. It's just like
this, guys. What it comes down to is the way this game is being played right now with the 3 nominees in the AI arena. Tucker, if this stays this way, they're not going to get Tucker out.
He'll win the game.
He's the complete package, whether it's a physical comp, a mental comp, a puzzle. Like, he's the full package. They're not going to get him out if they give him 2 spots. But if the 3 go away, if the 3 nominees go away and the AI arena goes away, then they can backdoor him. But the way this game's playing, it's good for him.
Because they took out the threats. They took out the threats, but now they need a threat to go up to bat. I'm sitting here like,
I'm pretty sure Cam's going to go home this week. I haven't seen this episode, but I'm pretty sure Cam's going to end up going home this week if he doesn't win the AI arena.
All right, so in the chat, I want y'all to know, I want y'all to answer this. How caught up are you on live feeds? Because we will talk about what's currently happening. But if there's more people on the side of haven't seen the live feed yet, we'll chill out. But if y'all are caught up, I'll catch everybody up, and then we can talk some possibilities of what's happened. But okay, a lot of people saying very caught up, all caught up.
I'll be right back. I gotta grab my charger.
Okay,
I got yelled at today on Instagram because I mentioned that Tucker was the HOH. Yeah, I'm like, every single feed that I have on my Instagram is showing all the spoilers. I'm like, if you're a Big Brother fan, you have to be getting these spoilers too, because it's kind of crazy. But it's pretty. Oh, you're not even eating healthy? What are you eating? What is that? A McDonald's sandwich? You must be getting endorsed.
This is 20 grams of protein and 270 calories.
That's a life hack is what that is.
We're still out here. All right, before we get into it, I got a couple of questions I want to ask.
Go ahead.
First one is Kenny. Ceddy and I have been talking, and we're trying to get a Boston trip like on the books,
Yeah.
So, can Ceddy and I come to Boston and we all hang out and maybe watch the next live eviction together?
Yeah, so not this Thursday, but I think next Thursday. So a week from this Thursday coming up, I am planning something, and Kevin from Kevin from BB17, 18. He's a Boston guy. He reached out to me. He kind of wants to come do something. So I think I'm going to start working on it tomorrow. I'm back to work tomorrow. I'm doing some stuff. So the 29th, I think it is, I might do a live event at a club.
Yo!
Okay, yeah. Let's go. I'm with it. Whenever you're ready.
All right, let's do it. So let's put a soft plan. Maybe not live eviction this Thursday, but next Thursday, maybe we'll come up in Boston. All right, this is my second question because, like, I'm curious. Like, Cedric, I want to know your take on Tubina, like on the showmance that's developing.
Gosh, bro.
Like, I want to, like, is it that legit in real life? Is it like, are people like, how do they feel about it? I don't know.
All right, look, let me give you the sauce. All right, let me give you the tea. Right. So, Tabina, bro, that was the thing. I knew this, which is another reason why I was like, why did you vote me out? That was
I cannot believe they voted you out. I can't believe it.
But I guess, you know, they felt like it was best for their game, so I can't hold it against them too much. But at the same time, Tabina is very much a real thing. Like, that's a very much, like, Tucker really likes Rabina. Rabina really likes
smacking, bro.
Yo,
they're smacking.
That's crazy work. So
I got put on blast for a showmance, and I barely even touched Kenzie until I walked out of the door. That's crazy. But like in real life, is it like are people like not sussing that out? Are they not like nervous about that?
They don't care.
I don't know.
They're not in a position after me leaving the house. No one's in a position to address it.
That's fact.
Like, Secor and Chemo have to go with it because there's no way that they can go to the other side of the house with the Pentagon. So yeah, they just have to sit there and take it until they get voted out.
Wow.
I do love T-Core is really coming out of her shell.
Yeah, she is.
Like, she's giving her opinion. She's really stepping up and talking and stuff now, which I kind of knew she was going to do that. Like, she was laying low for too long. I knew she was going to step up and be a little bit more, involved in the game than she's doing. So, but yeah, I think you're right, Cedric. I think they have to stick around with her, with Tucker. If they don't, they're the next two out.
Right. All right. Next question.
Yeah, look at all the love Cedric's getting.
Thank y'all for all the love. Thank you for all the love.
You deserve it, bro. I've been out for 3 weeks. Like,
y'all are so sweet. Y'all are so great. I love all of you. I really, really do. Thank you.
What are your thoughts too on Cedric? Bro, Cedric is in this like naive little kid that we all thought he was.
So, bro,
there's a whale on my screen. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. There's a whale. There's hella whales on my screen right now.
Oh, wait, I don't even know what that is. What is it? All right, here's my thing, and you can fact check me because I said this on Tyler Christman's podcast. Essentially, we did a power ranking, and I think, Cedric, I put you, just because of the situation that you were in, like towards the top of the middle. But I did say, I was like, I'm telling you guys, if Cedric and Quinn can get out of this situation.
Thank you for the light, bro.
What's that? I haven't ever seen this before. This is
I've never seen that either. I don't know who sent it, but
what was that? Usually the one I get the most is like the cowboy hat one, but what was that?
I've never seen that. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. Y'all are so great. Thank you for the
so I said this because I thought if Cedric gets out of this week, I thought you were going to make a deep run, because I know how you play. You know what I mean? I also said that about Quinn. I actually put Quinn as my number one because I think this is like, I'm interested to hear your opinion, Cedric, because I think like Quinn, first off, Quinn was on the block with one of the most powerful like upgrades I've ever seen in Big Brother.
Yeah.
I was voted to stay. I was like, what are we doing?
So I'll tell you why I think Quinn's not long for the game. I'll also give you guys the inside scoop on why I didn't put Quinn on the block when Tucker brought it up to me.
Okay.
So I didn't put Quinn on the block when Tucker brought it up to me because he's so well connected. As you've seen, it ended up with him on the block anyways, and Kenny got sent home 10-1. And the only one was Tucker who voted for him to stay. Yo, what is this little thing falling for you?
I love it. Y'all keep sending us ones we've never seen. I've never seen these before. Just keep
These are great. These are great. Thank you so much. But yeah, so that's why I didn't backdoor Quinn. And I didn't have a chance to talk with the Pentagon because you know how fast everything happens. So Tucker brought me the plan. I didn't have a chance to talk with the other members of the Pentagon to backdoor him. So I would have lost the trust in the Pentagon and the collective. Quinn would have blew up the Pentagon, probably stayed that week, and week 4 would have been 3 Pentagon members next to each other, back to back to back. Everyone would have been mad at everybody in the Pentagon because we didn't tell them. So that's why I didn't backdoor Quinn. Now here's why I think Quinn, keep in mind I haven't seen the episode that just aired, but here's why I think Quinn isn't wrong for the game. Quinn is playing 2 sides of the house, but he's playing them very well. So Cam and I know Quinn's a snake. Another inside of the scoop, the Pentagon was going to cut Quinn at the first double eviction.
Dang, T.
Yeah, because he was like snaking his way around the house, making up rumors about every member in the Pentagon, which is a really good game move if we don't find out. But since we found out, he was making up like these rumors about everybody in the Pentagon. What is this? Oh, it's a dim gun. Yo, thank you for that. Thank you. Yo, great, bro.
That is wild. Okay,
That's
so that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, but I think his position again, I haven't seen the new episode, but I think his position is he's feeling really betrayed because his number 1 alliance was T-Core and Chemo, and he told them to keep me this week, and they voted me out. So now he's feeling betrayed by the people he trusted the most and gave up the alliance that trusted him. There's a witch, bro. What's you, man?
All right, so here's I'm just gonna keep asking y'all questions.
Okay.
I kind of want us to all go back, like, and obviously I'll go first since I was first boot, but like, let's go back on everybody's like game and what happened, and just comment, and then we'll go Kenny, and then we'll go me. So like, from me. So here's also my thing, and I'm pumped to be here with you guys. Neither of you guys voted for me to go. You know what I mean? Like, Cedric didn't have a vote.
Yeah, you feel me, man? I didn't vote you out the house.
You didn't vote me out. If you had a vote, you probably would have, which is
I would
okay.
have.
But like, you didn't.
It was worse,
So, like,
though. It was worse for me. I had to sit there next to you and knew the whole time. Because just before we did the AI Arena, Brooklyn came up to me and Brooklyn was like, we flipped the house. Matt's going home. You're staying. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, come on now. That was like just before going to the AI Arena.
right.
And I was trying to like be able to tell you, and they kept yelling to be quiet, like just go into the arena. But
I know. I mean, like, it's okay because like I knew it. I honestly knew it, and I knew just based off the situation, like I was not gonna stay. You know what I mean? At that point in the game, I wasn't gonna stay. I knew my only play, and I didn't even play it as hard as I thought I was initially going to. Was I was gonna say. And I felt like this was unfair, so I didn't say it. But I was going to say a vote for me to go out this week is a vote to support what Angela did to me.
oh, for sure, it was.
I was going to say. But then I was also like, you can't like put that ultimatum because we're in a game. You know what I mean? So I don't.
Lisa did that.
I know. Lisa did that. And so I knew like the thing that meant the most to me, again, I talked about this with Tyler on this podcast, was like, I felt like I hoped everybody could be like, yo, Matt was bad at the game, maybe made bad decisions, but like I would still talk to him after this and hang out. That meant a lot to me. And 2 was to say like I understood it, and it didn't have to be beef. You know what I mean? And so like I totally understood the move. I've got no hard feelings. I'm excited to talk to everybody, but I do want to hear both of y'all's, like, Kenny, we've obviously talked about this, but from both y'all's perspective of like when, and I call it the massacre.
That's crazy.
So when the massacre happened, like what was going on in your head, like in the moment? Because I don't necessarily remember like anything besides like trying to protect myself from this lady yelling at me, but like where were y'all at and what were you thinking when it was happening?
You want to go first, Kenny, or you want me to go first?
I'll go first because I'm fairly quick, and he's heard this before. We really talked about it. I didn't think it was real. I thought it was a plant. I was like, Angela is not playing this game. And at some point of the game, I thought I was the only one that was actually playing the game, and everybody else in the house was a plant. And it was kind of like a joke on me. But honestly, when she came down, it was so rehearsed. It was so like tactical on how she did it. I was just like at that point, I stopped actually playing the game for a minute and was like, this isn't real. Like, this person is being completely disrespectful, especially against Matt, who, I mean, he was so vocal and so, like, kind to everybody and befriending everybody in the house. I'm like, there's no way that Matt went up there and did these things that she's saying that he did. And I thought, like, okay, this is either part of the game, it's a plant, you know, she's just doing it to try and get whatever. But at the end of the day, she just went a little crazy that day.
Yeah, that's very fair. I also want to address something just to the viewers that we have. If I'm not reacting to your gifts, I'm so sorry. I love all of you. I appreciate all of your gifts. Truly, I do. Just trying to engage with the conversation with these lovely gentlemen I have here. So please don't feel like if you have a gift and I don't react to it, that I'm not seeing you or that I'm ignoring you. It's just that I have to engage with the people who invited me onto their live. You know what I mean? So, it's not personal.
Always the gentleman, Cedric. I love you, kid. Always the gentleman.
I love you
Look
too.
at that. Oh, thanks for whoever's giving those gifts. I thank you, Cedric.
What is this? I got a present. What is this? Coins? What? Thank you for these little things. I've never seen
these, bro.
I've never seen these either. There's a little cozy thing. Thank you.
Make noises.
Y'all are great. Y'all are amazing. I love all of you. Thank you for the love. That was crazy. I don't know who sent those, but I really appreciate it. Bells, I see you're 18, so yes, good job. Happy 18th birthday. I'm not going to address that any further. But back to Matt, though. So when Angela came down the stairs, right, clapping, I was clapping with her. I feel like they didn't like show me clapping. They kind of, because I was like the camera angle, I was hidden behind Quinn. So I was clapping. I was like, "Oh, my man's getting into it," and then she blasted you, and then this is where I started to panic. So I don't know if you guys know this or if they showed this in the episode or not, but halfway through them blasting you, she says, "And to the little gremlins that came to my room last night, great act." So I thought I went to Angela's room that night. So did Joseph and Quinn, and we proposed the collective alliance to her. And she thought
when she said that, I had no idea what that even meant. Like, it was if she would have said to the people, but she was like, to the actors, low budget movie. I was like, what does that mean? Like, I can't even take offense to that right now. So that makes sense.
Yeah, because we had proposed it to her. And then, like, that's why Angela was originally in the collective and Brooklyn wasn't. Because we wanted to keep a player of the Pentagon on the other side of the house, so we were informed. But Angela thought it was fake, so she wasn't rocking with it. So she kind of just blew her chance with that. But yeah, that was all crazy. I thought, like Kenny said, I thought it was going to be like a happy moment, and she was feeling better because I knew she hadn't been sleeping well. So
yeah, bro, and I think that's what, like, from the insider's perspective, what was so wild was like we were all pro Angela, like we were so excited for her. Even like I thought she was gunning for me, and even when she won HOH, I was like, how can I not celebrate her in this moment, you know, as a human being? And like, I would be turned up if my family was back home, like watching me win HOH, like same thing, you know, but she had like kind of been, you know, having some trouble. And then all of a sudden, like she, you know, went to bed early that night and we were like, good, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's why when she was clapping, I was like, she is genuinely trying to like turn the table here and like, you know, have, you know, started the day on a new note, and all of us would have supported her. So that's what was crazy, like from my perspective. And like the only thing that kind of got under my skin that she would say was when she would say like, we'll see in 3 months. You know what I mean? And like, obviously we're all on the outside now and we saw it. And like, as a game move, that's one thing, but I think like accusing me of speaking aggressively towards a woman was a big claim, at least where I come from. And so that was the only thing that kind of got under my skin, because I knew I did not aggressively speak to her. And then I'm more willing to debate, like, did I threaten you or not, as opposed to was I aggressive towards you? So like that on the outside, I'm thankful. Like I get to walk in knowing that that's not necessarily the perspective of one. But all right, so last thing I'm going to ask about my time in the house as two people who let's just give them what they want. What do y'all say? Let's give them what they want. Well, how did y'all feel about the Eminem potential showmance?
You want to go first, Kenny, with your cowboy hat on?
Yeah, no, I had a front row seat for the first couple of nights in the Power Ranger room, and those two talked. You didn't even sleep the first 4 nights. Kind of screwed me because they left the lights on the whole time.
I felt so bad. I did. I felt bad.
At the end of the day, you know what? Whatever happens, the two of you are great people. Two good, young-looking people that I had a good friendship with, and if something comes about it, I'd be happy. But I know that if nothing came about it, you two are going to be just fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I thought you were screwed as soon because it was so quick. I was like, "There's no way." Just to be honest, you and Mackenzie was right next to each other, and I was like, "Not in the first week," because no one knows each other. So it just made both of you easy targets for the first week for Angela to be like, "Look, you guys are a showmance. I don't want to get any more blood on my hands. If I nominate one, I have to nominate the other. There's 2 seats gone."
Bro, so I talked about this.
But I didn't. I told Matt this, but Cedric, like day two, Matt looks at me and he goes,
"Oh no, Kenny!"
I'm said day 2. He looks at me and he goes, "She's gonna be trouble for me. She's gonna be trouble."
I did. I don't remember like what the moment was, but like she like walked away and it just like I couldn't hide it, and Kenny was with me, and I was like, "Yeah, that's gonna be a problem."
You love her, bro.
I don't. Like, love is a strong word. That was what was crazy. Like, people. So I heard a live feed clip where Tucker was talking to somebody who was like, "Yeah, bro, apparently they already told each other that they love each other." I was like, what? That's news to me. So, like, that was crazy. But I just think it's so funny, bro. I think it's so funny. And to be on the back side of it now, it's even funnier. But, okay, this is what I want to talk about, because I also talked about this on Tyler's podcast. And I'm interested to hear y'all's take. Bro, so I was the only one on the first night that was helping people get their suitcases out of the storage room.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm a Southern gentleman. Like, that's just who I am. So I was helping everybody get their luggage out and get it out of the storage room. So because of that, I got last pick on where I was going to sleep. I got last pick on my bed. So I'm not stupid. I'm like, this girl's gorgeous. Like, where is she going to sleep? I'm just out of curiosity, you know? Yeah. And so I'm kind of like low key keeping tabs. Like, I wonder which room she's going to go in, just for like mental notes. And then I'm telling you, bro, I hope she sees this one day. She starts helping me get the suitcases out of the storage room.
The quotation is crazy.
And then all of a sudden, we're like, "Oh, we're the last pick." And I was like, I already made my decision. I looked at all the rooms and I was like, I'm sleeping right here because this is a transitional point. I can see anybody who's coming in and out of both rooms. I'm sleeping right here. I've already made that decision. And so it was just us. And it was like, "Oh, where are we going to sleep?" And there were 4 beds and she picked the one closest to me. Mackenzie, if you see this one day, I know what you did. You ain't slick.
You're not slick.
Us 3 are calling you out. We know that was you. That was not on me. So anyways, that's probably all Matt was involved in. Let's wrap it up. Let's move on to Sweet Kenny K.
Am my lack of gameplay or my gameplay?
Your lack of gameplay is crazy. But I do have something for you. I low-key was trying to, because we had the final 2 at the like day 2 or whatever. What is this? There's a porcupine. Yo, but thank you for the porcupine. But we had the final 2, like day whatever. I was trying to like keep your name out of every conversation. That's why I kept telling you like you have to play this week. Like I would go up to you and I'd be like, "Look, you have to like negotiate. You have to play this week," because I'm trying to pitch you to players and they're like, "He's never said a single word to me." And I'm like, no, that's his strength. No one notices he's there. So I was like trying to campaign for you so hard, but you weren't helping me at all.
Yeah, dude. I agree. I definitely, my head wasn't in it the right way. The first week it was, but I will be honest, going up on the block, Angela threw me for a loop. I really didn't even think she was going to put me up on the block. Yeah. And she was like, well, you really didn't say anything to me. I'm like, we're the two oldest people in the house. You think it should have been common sense that we could have worked together. Right. And she kind of threw me for a loop by putting me up on the block. And I was like, that kind of really like tanked my game. And Matt probably realized it too. Like, you kind of get a little steam out of your engine when you're up on the block. And again, week one, you're on the block. You're going to be the first one going home. It's like, all right, well, I can't really get any good alliances going because none of the house really wants to, align with me at that point. Right. It was tough. It was tough getting over that. But then I just realized, hey, I'll play in every veto. I'll do that. So that's why I kind of didn't mind after that being on the block, because I knew my days were numbered at that point. And then knowing that your days are numbered, and then obviously missing home and missing my kids, it was just a recipe for disaster.
Right. Mm-hmm. Kenny, do you have anything behind the scenes that, from our perspective, that you are curious about?
Nothing really. I mean, I definitely was shocked that Cedric had as many allies in the house as he did. I kind of thought he was on the out, so he did a real good job of like keeping that low key in the house and keeping things going for him, which I'm proud. I knew there was more to him than meets the eye right away. So that kind of surprised me about Cedric on how deep he was involved in the house. But again, I was kind of out of the game at points. Right. As far as Matt, I knew that my biggest thing with you, Matt, was I was like, wow, he's really trying to pull too many people in at once. And when you ended up kind of like trying to bring in Quinn and Joseph towards the end of that week, and I was like, wow, you're only like missing two people in the house that you're really
everybody but Angela.
Yeah, everybody but Angela. But who was I like really to say anything about the game? I thought your social game was awesome. Like I thought everybody liked you. Well, maybe Angela didn't like you, but everybody else liked you. And the other thing I try to do, which Matt could probably see and Cedric can kind of see, I was trying to like make you guys feel more comfortable with each other because I really like Cedric, I really like Matt, but I didn't want to be pushed too hard. And that's the first conversation me and Matt had the first night. We started talking about like going too fast or going too slow. Like if you go too fast, boom, you get slammed. If you go too slow, kind of like what I did, I started playing the game a little bit too late when I was starting to feel better after the end of week 3, but most people knew that I was like, my head wasn't in the game and I wasn't going to be a good ally to them because who knows what the next week would come to. Like maybe I don't want to win an HOH or maybe I didn't want to win a veto, but so I definitely understood that portion of the game.
Yeah, well, to put a nice little bow on it, I've said it, on here multiple times and multiple press stuff. Like I could never thank Kenny enough. Like when I was kind of dealing with the backlash of all the Angela massacre stuff, the turning point for me was really like when you put your arm around me and were like, Matt, like what do you think? She's gonna make your mom not love you? Like you got this. You're a fighter. You're gonna move on. And like the game's one thing, but from a personal level, like that meant the absolute world to me. And so I will say, like in this group of 3 right here, Kenny did always have my back and always had Cedric's back. He also said it to me. He was always loyal in that. Not everybody gets to say that coming out of the BB house. So I'm thankful for you, Kenny. You always have a special place in my heart for that. And what that meant to my family and my dad especially, that was, meant the world.
At the end of the day, what it came down to is I've always been a person to help people. I've always been like a giver. As being a police officer, I've been super involved in my community, from kids to older people. And I thought I could go in there and be someone that I wasn't. But at 52 years old, I went in there and I realized quickly, like, I'm not really a liar. I'm not somebody that can go behind someone's back. I can't spread rumors about somebody or point something out bad about somebody. That just wasn't in my nature. And it turned out, I thought I could do it. I really, all my talk before going into the Big Brother house was like, oh, I can go in there. I'll be an undercover guy. I worked undercover. I got people to sell me drugs all the time. I'll be able to get people to tell me stuff. But I did that for my community and for people who were hurting, like people who were family members of addicts and things like that. So I did that for them. This was the first time that I've ever really did anything for me. Yeah. Like I was going in there and it felt selfish and I kind of felt guilty at times.
love that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And I think a lot of people don't realize that perspective is that the house is your morals kind of can fog really fast in the house just because you're.
And that's why I couldn't go in there. I knew the house was going against Lisa. Tucker came out to me, said, "Oh, we're voting Lisa out." I'm like, "Listen, I'm not voting Lisa out." I go, "Angela, I don't agree with how she treated Matt. I don't agree with how she treated Lisa. You know, at the end of the day, if you guys want to reward somebody for the things that they did in that house that I felt terrible about, that's on you. But for me, I'm older. I kind of feel a little different about this in life, and I couldn't do it. I had to vote Angela out. Even though it was the one vote, I still feel good about it. I came home feeling good about that one vote.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was dope of you to kind of stick with it. I
told her right away. She came up to me like 10 minutes after the eviction. She's like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." I go, I voted to vote you out. Like, "Oh."
Don't blame me.
So, I forget who it was, but someone came, I think it was Quinn. Quinn was like, "Dude, that was savage." He goes, "You didn't even skip a beat. You just looked her right in the eye and said, 'No, I wanted you out of here.'" I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna fake who I am. I'm too old for that shit."
Yeah, amen to that. Well, y'all go blow up Kenny right now. We're all Kenny supporters. Kenny love, me being one of them, Cedric being the other. Y'all blow Kenny up. And we move on to the young king, Cedric, bro. All right, the big question, dog. Everybody wants to know.
What's up?
What was the decision in going up to be a pawn?
Yo, look. So I'm gonna give you the sauce. The reason why I went up, twice, or there's two reasons why I went up. One, I felt like I was a strong competitor, and whoever we were gonna put up wasn't gonna be as strong of a competitor as I was, unless it was Cam.
Right.
Two, I figured I had better connections in the house than Cam did, even with outside relations of the people outside of the collective. So I was like, I'll go up as a loyalty test to Chemo and T-Core. Because you guys I don't know how it was cut up from production-wise, but we didn't find out that Quinn lost his deep fake HOH power until Wednesday night. Like, his ability to vote until Wednesday night, right?
Yeah.
So that threw me off and made me have to campaign in the house somewhere for a swing vote if T-Core and Chemo went astray, which was Leah. But the only issue I ran into is nobody wants to expose their game and say they're going to vote for me. So Leah felt like it would put her on the outs to keep me in the house. Instead of she thought I would still be evicted and she would have been on the outs again, which she wasn't trying to do. So long story made short, because it can go on for hours, I volunteered to go on the block because I felt like I had a competitive chance against Tucker in the veto competition and the AI arena. And I felt like worst comes to worst, I have the numbers, even if the two people I was worried about go astray.
Right.
Until on Wednesday, right after I volunteered for the block, we found out that Quinn lost his ability to vote. So,
no, I totally agree with that. Like, I did not know that either. And like, as somebody who was in, like, when y'all were all surprised by that, I was like, I feel like that, you know, potentially could have been communicated better. But because that definitely played a factor, you know what I mean? So
most definitely.
Super interesting that y'all found out so late about knowing that Quinn did not have a vote. That would have changed a lot.
That would have, yeah, it would have changed. But I also agree that I couldn't have. I understand why productions couldn't have been like, yo, look.
Heads up, yeah.
Because it's a secret power. So we weren't even supposed to know Quinn had it.
Right.
Yeah, that's basically the reason why I volunteered to be on the block. Because I very much like you and Kenny, I'm playing the game for the people. Like, my motto going in was loyalty with loyalty and disloyalty with distance.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what you said in your candy thing. When you poured it out, you were like, I'm bringing to the Big Brother house loyalty.
Exactly, and I meant that. Like, I didn't want to flip-flop on people. I didn't want, which is why I campaigned for Kenny so hard in the first, few weeks. But that's why I wanted to loyalty test T-Core and Chemo, because if I found out they weren't with the collective, I would have absolutely no issue cutting them off and bringing Leah in and sending T-Core and Chemo on the block next to each other. So it would have been T-Core, Chemo, and Tucker, forcing the house to weigh their emotional thoughts on T-Core and Chemo, because Tucker was probably going to win the veto in the AI on that.
I agree. All right, next question.
Hold on. I love the Deion Sanders shirt, but I got to one-up you.
Oh, a rivalry over here.
No way. No. Oh, Kenny, I think this happened last time we were live because the 28-3 Super Bowl is by far the worst day of my life. It was the worst day of my life. I would rather give those to Big Brother 3 times.
Cedric, I was there. I was sitting in the end zone. The touchdown came right to me.
Dang.
That was the worst day of my life. That makes me so sad. Oh, man.
I'm sorry, Matt.
It's so funny. I'm so glad you brought that, though.
Hi, Rose. And
this is what another question I wanted to ask you, bro. Is like, how did you not end up in a showmance, bro? The people love you. You got people in here that want you to be their baby daddy. Like, bro, like, what's your relationship status? Like, what were you thinking? Were you rocking with anybody? Like, outside of just that it makes you a target? Like,
yeah, so everybody in the house was attractive. Everybody in the house was attractive. But for me, I knew that a showmance was going to bring, and I thought going into it that I could be in a showmance. But then I realized when we were sitting at the castle that it's going to bring way more problems than it will help. So I was like, oh, I can't do that. Yeah, that's basically why I didn't end up with a showmance. But not to mention, yeah, literally you, bro. But that's why, not to mention, I don't think any of the girls was really rocking with me in the house. Like, it wasn't like, there was a bunch of attractive men around. So I was just kind of the bottom of the barrel sitting there like,
oh, come on, bro. You playing, bro. All right, so on the outside, what are you looking for all the people here? Like, are you single? What are you thinking?
I am single. I'm single.
What's up, girl?
No.
She heard Cedric single and she came back in the frame.
Yeah, she came running over. She's like, he cute.
No.
Oh, goodness gracious. Nah, she's not waiting. But yeah, I am single. I'm super single, actually, just kind of chilling. That's it. Chelsea, I know a lot of people kind of shit Chelsea and I. Maybe if we had more time in the house, that could have been a thing. But I think, honestly, it was too, like, I love the big sister, like, big sister, little brother kind of vibe.
Right.
So that kind of, like, ruined the romantic side of things.
Yeah, I feel you. I love that. All right, and so last thing, and then I want you to, let's get back to the game. You and I talked about, bro, moving, bro. Are we still thinking about it? Like,
oh, I'm with it. We can move it.
So if we had to name 3 cities right now that you and I would move to, what would it be? We did this in the game, you remember?
Oh, yes. Dallas, Nashville, and probably Houston or like Tampa or Miami. Yo, you feel me? Like,
Miami, huh?
In the chat, if me and Seti were to become roommates, where would y'all want us to go? We've got some Dallases in here. We've got Miami people are interested in.
Tampa and Nashville. I was up there early this week. Pennsylvania. Nashville. New York. I love New York, but New York gets too cold and it's too expensive.
A lot of people are saying, bro, get on down to Dallas, man.
I'm down for Dallas, bro. It's cheap. The laws are cool. Like, the people are awesome.
Right. Katie.
Well, Cedric needs to be in a good state that when he starts his presidential campaign.
No, for real.
That's right.
You didn't get to extend that.
You need a state.
Logan, you ready for me to come and fish with you, brother?
Matt can fish. Matt knows how to fish.
I'm going to teach you everything I know. We're going to be pulling some big old fish out of the water.
Couldn't get him off the side of the river today.
That's what's tough. All right, Cedric, here's one thing I want you to talk about, because Kenny and I both knew, like, we were probably going home, and you had, like, a true, like, backdoor surprise experience, right? Like, was there any point where you were like, I'm going, or was it like the last second you were like, you felt like you were straight?
So I knew if I was sitting next to Rabina, it was going to be really, really hard, because T4 and Kimo are super dope with Rabina, super close with her. So I knew automatically that if I lost the arena, or even if Mackenzie won, which is why you'll see some articles about me thinking about sabotaging Mackenzie's AI arena.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so I thought about just knocking her balls away, because if I was sitting next to her, I felt like I was for sure safe and not going to go home now. Right. Now, I kind of knew something was wrong because Joseph was like, sorry, bro, I have to vote you out. Like, Cam doesn't think we have the numbers. So then I'm like bouncing to Cam, which is why the whole like loyalty thing came into play and like telling people you're going to vote for me. Like, because that caused my downfall. Joseph thought Cam wasn't going to vote for me because and again, I haven't seen the episode, but someone was snaking. So I think it was like there was some issues with Leah and somebody else. And so then Cam had to lie and say he wasn't voting me out. And then it like turned into this whole downfall and cascade of things. Thank you for this little orb. That's for you, Matt. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I kind of knew, and that's why like you'll see, or at least the live feeders got to see me literally campaign every minute until the final episode. My favorite Bible verse is John 3:16. I know that's very cliche, but it's super deep. I saw somebody ask it just as I was talking. But yeah, so I kind of knew, and I thought I could, have faith in the people, but at the end of the day, I knew once I lost the veto comp and the AI arena, I was probably going to be done in.
Right.
I will say this, Rubina had it. Rubina had the AI arena and she kept looking over. And she just
I watched that.
Rubina had it.
I was like, yo.
And the funny thing is I was listening to the live feeds the night before and Tucker was telling her, just play your game. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I know, like, I was watching it with Matt Klotz from season 25, and he, selfishly wanted, MJ to potentially go home because he also lives in Houston, and he was like, bro, if you're in Houston, we'll get to hang more. But, we genuinely together was like, Rubina has got it. And
it was super close, wasn't it? Like, MJ just hit her buzzer first?
Bro, I'm telling you, it literally was this much distance of a decision. There's a moment where Rubina looks over, and if she didn't look over, then she probably would have had it. It was wild.
That's crazy. And I would still be in the house.
I know, and you would still be in the house, right? So that's the thing. I feel like a lot of alum have encouraged me with is you'll keep yourself up thinking about these little things that I could have done or could have not happened. But at the end of the day, it's just our season's is a story. It's a beautiful one, and we all played a piece in it. And I told you this the other day, Cedric, is doing this kind of stuff, interacting with fans and making content based on our season and the show, it's fun. It's obviously we didn't get to win, but kind of being on the outside, having such 2,000 people in here that we get to interact with and love on, and talk with, it makes it so much better. So shout out to everybody here. It's the best. But all right, that's gameplay wrapped. I say right now we take a couple questions from the audience here, and how about this? I'll pick one and then we can answer, and then we'll let Kenny pick one, then we can answer, and then we'll let Ceddy pick one and answer. So y'all ask some questions, us three. What are some things that you guys are curious about? We can answer this one from Black Beauty. How has your life changed so far?
You want to go first, or you want me to go first, or what?
Yeah, you go first, I'll go last.
Okay, so we'll go in reverse order. I just got evicted, so I haven't seen my life change. Oh, I'm capping, I'm lying. My life has changed so much because now I'm able to spread positivity and kindness and joy. And receive that back from all of you. So my life has changed for the better because of all the fans that have shown me love. That's the major change that I've seen is now I have a lot of people that love and care for me as I care for a lot of, all of you.
Yeah. Kenny K.
Yeah, no, things, I would say things, I really haven't got back to reality yet. I'm actually going to go back to work tomorrow. But, just being recognized, obviously, is a big thing. Even up at the campground, a lot of people up there knew it's a large campground. I got approached at a gas station. My wife thought it was pretty funny. Kid came up. He had his phone up. He was looking at the picture, looking at me, looking at my car, looking at the thing. So just being recognized, and obviously trying to learn more about TikTok and Instagram and all this kind of stuff because it's fun. Yeah, it's something that is fun at this point. I don't foresee myself going into anything big like you guys probably have the opportunity to do a challenge or some other type of show, which I that for me is going to excite me to be able to watch you guys grow and you guys go on and succeed and do other things. So that's kind of how my life has changed. I've got a bunch of really good people in my life that I'm going to be able to be excited to see what they do.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I will say, Kenny, there is a huge Matt and Kenny campaign for the Amazing Race. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if we get the call. But all right, so how's my life changed?
I think they'd be afraid I want to go home.
Well, I feel like Amazing Race are probably a little bit less stress, hopefully, but
a little less stress. I've never been in a more stressful situation than locked into a house with 15 other people and with no contact with the outside world. I don't think anybody can sympathize with that.
No way. How has my life changed? Well, I think I told you all this, but I probably had 3,400 followers going into the house. And so I wasn't I was for real about that. I wasn't a content creator, model. Most of my pictures on my Instagram were photos of my friends and stuff. So it's definitely opened up a new world. Everybody that's followed on TikTok and Instagram, it's been a huge blessing. And some people get annoyed with the content. Some people love it, but I celebrate both of them. People are interacting with the season, whether that's good or bad. I take any of it. When we all start pushing content, they're it's cringy. I'm bring it on, bro. We'll do more than I love it. So that's definitely been fun in terms of people recognizing us. It has been wild. It's been wild. I went to a Zach Bryan concert and this is a crazy story. I don't know if I've told on here, but I had some friends going to hang out at the pool at a friend's apartment. So we go to our friend Hannah's apartment and this guy comes up and he's like, hey man, not trying to sound weird, but I'm a really big fan. And I was like, oh, for sure. So we hang out and he's like, I actually work at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And I was like, dude, I'm actually going to Zach Bryan this weekend. He was like, bro, I got you. He's like, I got you. And he got me pit floor seats to Zach Bryan, which was freaking awesome. But when I walked out, in the tunnel, I probably took 20 photos with all these amazing people. So I was just this is crazy. And my friends were like, what is happening? So it has been so crazy. And I love when people, I don't know if y'all have looked at a lot of the edits yet. When fans make edits, it's freaking awesome. It's so fun to watch. It's a little scrapbook of everything that happened on our season. So I love looking at it. There's so many it helps me stay up to date on conversations that people are still having about us. And so it's super fun to watch. So all the edits are so amazing for all the people that do that. We're so thankful. As a house guest, it literally means the world. So that's super fun. Interacting, taking photos with people, talking about the season's been super fun. And then connecting with a lot of the BB alum has been super fun too, that we'll continue to do more of. So that's been super cool. All right, one of y'all, Kenny, you want to pick a question?
All right, let's see. I got my glasses on. So these things move so fast. Can you slow them down? All right, Sasha, she wanted to know what it was like not having any contact with the outside world. Wow, that was probably the most difficult part for me, was not having any contact whatsoever, especially for me. I have little kids, I have a wife, so that was kind of super tough. I know, younger people might, and I've said this in the house numerous times talking to people, just because I felt bad about, missing my kids or my wife, it didn't mean that other people in the house weren't missing other things in the house. Maybe they didn't have a wife, maybe they didn't have a kids, but they still had a mom, a dad, even a dog. Someone's dog is everything to them. So they were still feeling the same things I was feeling. But as I got older, I got more emotional, and that was the hardest thing, not to be able to have that connect. And it would have went a long way if I could have just got an email or a text message just saying, you're doing great, keep going. So that was the most difficult thing for me. But I had Matt week 1 that was really good to me. Cedric was my boy. He was really good to me, super kind. Leah was really kind to me. Mostly everybody in the house was kind. There was a couple of people that I knew were fake and that weren't really, were kind of thinking the game. And I respect them for that because they were there to play a game. Their mindset was way better than my mindset was. And I appreciated that. But not having any contact with the outside world was tough. I mean, we got out of there. We found out Biden dropped out of the race. Trump got shot. Like, it was a bunch of crazy stuff that you wouldn't even have thought could have happened.
That's true. It's very, very true. And then I think, and what you told other people in the house is like, just because you're missing something doesn't mean that we're not. And I don't know if that probably didn't make it, but Kenny was very dope in like relaying his feelings. Like, look, I understand that you guys are going what you guys are going through, but you have to also understand that I'm going through what I'm going through. So Kenny was super, super, super dope and super open with that. So I know, like, I hope there isn't a stigma of Kenny missing his family. Priorities change in life, and that's which I think I've said in air. Like, Kenny being my final two I wasn't upset with him that he wanted to go be with his family because that was his priority at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it wasn't always like, I always missed my family, but I didn't always necessarily want to go home. I still wanted to compete. I still wanted to play. I kind of was just, the inevitable was going to happen. I didn't have a strong alliance. And when the inevitable was going to happen, it's like, Jesus, do I stay here 2-3 more weeks for nothing? Like, just to hang around and be miserable for missing my kids some days. So that was kind of the struggle for me. But hey, the time I was in there, I get a lot of people saying, oh, you quit, you gave up. There was other people that could have taken your spot. Well, there's a lot of people that was sitting in the hotel rooms waiting to be on there that didn't make it through what we made through. We made it through a lot to get to that point. And I don't think people realize that. And at the end of the day, I didn't quit. I didn't walk in there. Yeah, I let people know straight up, like, hey, if I'm on the block and you're having a struggle, not knowing who to vote out of the house, like, I'm okay with it. Like, I'm okay with leaving. I didn't have a strong alliance. I didn't have a lot of people that were, willing to, like, bring me in and protect me. So I was kind of a lone wolf, and that's how I played the game. And I will say this. I did play up a little bit about missing my family. I wanted my feelings to be known. I wanted my family at home watching the live feeds to know that I was missing them. But by doing that, I kind of sabotaged myself, and my feelings got stronger as the weeks went on.
Right. And another thing, too, which is like you just said about, like, not having a strong alliance, is when we finally got something strong started, it all blew up. Like, Tucker, and, like, I get that Tucker was upset that he felt like I didn't tell him to use the veto on himself. But then, in turn, he blew up everything. Like, he blew up your game, he blew up Cam and I's game, he blew up his own game and exposing the Underdogs Alliance. Like, so he blew up all of that, and it was unnecessary. So I get, again, where you're coming from. Like, when you just start to build this strong thing, it gets blown up immediately. I'd be like, yo, I'm over this too. Like, so I completely understand it.
Yeah. As much as I loved the game move that he played, I just wish it was a week later.
Right.
If he did it a week later, I would have been okay with it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cooper. Yeah, what was the question? I wanted to get a spin drift.
They just were asking like what it was like being disconnected from everything in the outside world.
Dude, I will say, like, not being able to go outside was so hard.
Like the lockdown?
Yeah, like not being able to go outside and just honestly, like, have more space. This is a big thing, and this is probably most impactful to me. But, like, after the Angela situation, like, I never went upstairs ever. And so I felt like I only had the bottom half of the house, you know what I mean? It was cut off from the top. So I never, like, played a lot of bumper pool, or, like, I never fed the fish. Me and Tucker used to feed the fish every morning, and then we didn't because I didn't want to go upstairs. And then so, like, when we were on lockdown and couldn't go outside, it just made the house, like, all the more small. And so that's why I spent so much time in the storage room and the bathroom, you know, because I was like, I didn't have anywhere else to go, it felt like. So that was, I would say, like, that side of being cut off from the outside world, like, I spent 70% of my day outside. And so that was definitely difficult.
Yeah, that's another part that people don't realize. And we don't have natural light. We don't have any windows.
Right.
So, like, you don't even know what time of the day it is. It's really crazy to do that.
All right, so you want to pick a question?
Yeah, let's see. Shoot some questions.
Drew, my golden retriever is doing so well. I'm going to go get him and bring him home tomorrow.
I am not a twin. Anybody out there, I am not a twin. Believe me, I'm not a twin.
Let's see. I'm still looking for a question. What's your opinion on Tucker? You guys want to do that one?
Let's do it. You go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay, so my opinion of Tucker is, drum roll please, I love him as a person. He's a cool dude, bro. Like, he was living his truth, which he thought I really didn't tell him. He was really feeling played, and yeah, that's all I can say. I love him as a person. As a player, when I was in the house, I didn't feel like he was playing the best game. Now that I'm gone, I don't know how things have shifted, but yeah. As a person, he's super dope, super lovable guy, super charismatic, and really an entertainer at heart. So I'm not upset with him at all. There's no bad blood. I don't know if people like are upset that I don't have any bad blood towards him, but it's all love. Like, we dap each other up, like made up. It is what it is. I love the dude.
Yeah, for me, Matt, Cedric, and Tucker, you guys are the best. Tucker was. Me and Tucker had a lot of good emotional moments too, because Tucker was